Welcome back to Crown's Crypto Cave and another bad hair day for me. But hey, to all the celebrators out there, happy Thanksgiving, because you should be eating all the turkey in the world and probably not watching price action, as Bitcoin's done very little. But by doing very little, we actually have a few things to talk about. So again, wishing you the happiest of happy Thanksgiving days, or just a regular Thursday if you are not celebrating that holiday. And or maybe if you're on the other side, maybe you even hate that holiday. But fair enough. Let's get into the price action right over here, because there are a few things to talk about as Bitcoin kind of stutters along this mid 4,400 range right over here. So I'm going to go down to the 4-hour and plot out some areas, plot out some points to be aware of. We got this guy right here, right around 4,300-ish area. As long as Bitcoin's kind of hovering above there, I think that we do have a nice local low in, although it is drooping down right here, right now. So things are, certainly coming under pressure. And to kind of get the rest of this, we maybe need to go to the hourly perhaps and see what we got over here. Yes. So in the hourly, it doesn't look, you can kind of plot out a range, right? You can get this range right over here. So as long as you're kind of, hanging out above 4,300 to about 4,250, again, I do lean towards us having a nice local low in. I do not believe that right now is the time to have like a massive fucking short position on. And I think that probably a lot of people are noticing that if you go through like the dregs of, no, sorry, not the dregs, but like the highly esteemed and very robust crypto Twitter, you're probably going to notice a lot of the crypto bull believers are now kind of switching to bearish and thinking like 3,000 tomorrow. I don't think that that's likely to happen. I think it's likely that Bitcoin actually does go lower over time, but the time is the X factor. I think that Bitcoin is going to actually put in a local low here and work its way higher, and we're going to talk about that right throughout this video right now. Anyways, we got this resistance right here that Bitcoin's really been having a lot of trouble around, right around 4,600-ish even, or a few ticks below that actually. So kind of just filling out this area as we spoke was kind of likely. Again, once we hit this measure move right around this 4,250-ish area right here, we've been speaking about this really for the last 8 months or so, ever since I started doing this. Doing these streams. So again, I think a lot of people pretty prepared for this. However, in the more immediate time frames, it's going to make you sweat right here as we kind of snake along and figure it out, and kind of gather up some more late to the party shorts, some more crypto Twitter shorts, and let go of some of those longs as well. So let's just kind of keep on plotting out the resistances and supports. We got this guy right here. If you are able to get above 4,600, right around 4,750, but to be completely honest, I actually think that Bitcoin has likely gets back to this 5,200 area right over here. That's kind of really what I'm eyeing. Now, yes, you do have a couple of ranges, in the interim between that, basically 4,700, then 4,850. But overall, I do believe that, in the coming like week or two or three, again, time analysis, not really something that I think can be done, but sometime early to mid December, I think that we will kind of make our way into the low 5,000s, after putting in some time right around here. Again, going into our long-term chart on Bitstamp right over here, there's a lot of things to be aware of. Again, we're still right in the midst of this nice blue box territory. Again, the blue box that we've had, in here for literally over 8 months now. Again, hitting the measure move off the smaller descending triangle, hitting these nice horizontals over here, hitting the dotted logarithmic trend line, which has never been broken in Bitcoin's history ever since the genesis of Bitstamp, the longest running exchange, right over here, the one that the red arrows are pointing towards, and also the 786 Fibonacci retracement right over here, as well as your weekly 200 exponential moving average, that purple line coming in right over there. So a lot of things really coming in this area, and to me, very, 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 very likely to bounce. But again, remember, this is being done on a weekly time frame, and we just got here, a couple days ago. So again, these things take time, got to make some people sweat. Again, a lot of people are getting extremely bearish right now. And while I am overall bearish, and I do think that Bitcoin does go lower over time, I think it's going to be a little bit of time first. And I think that we're going to actually head up and trap a few more longs. We got to get those, we got to give the permabulls some more hopium once again, so that they can get in, and then liquidation party can begin once again. Anyways, if we are going over our oscillators, RSI in the deep, bearish control territory right over here, weekly stochastics, although not too relevant right here, will actually be giving you some bullish divergence, and if we can cross to the upside over here. So if we can get any sort of bullish momentum, like, back to about 46, 47, 4,800 before 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, then very likely you will get this crossing up. It will look like bullish divergence on this guy, and you will be rejecting the more critical zones. So to me, those are the three key ingredients for a weekly time frame to really give me a little bit more confidence saying, okay, yeah, we probably have a local low here. We're probably going to work our way back up. How high do we get? That's that's a movie. But but really, you know, that is a better question. I think 5,200 is not asking for too much. I think that's pretty reasonable. Also, if we go over here and take everything off and go back to the daily, you'll notice that the volume profile is likely to kind of give us that range as well. Basically, we just shot straight through down at this kind of gap in the volume profile right there, that nice thick AF volume node, just getting absolutely penetrated by these red dildos. Very, very girthy and very, very powerful indeed. So, you know, again, we spoke about how that was likely, but now what's likely is that we actually pop back up and kind of fill in this area right over here. Again, think of it as like building a strong structure, and, you know, you need a strong integral structure in order to build a building high. And when we were kind of like going on the way up, we skipped this step right over here. If you want to call that floor 69, I would agree, because it's the best number possible. But when you go into floor 6969, well, then that becomes a problem, because you're actually missing, you know, some going on right here. So again, you know, kind of the purpose of this next phase of the market cycle probably going to be to fill in this guy right over here. And I think that we will be spending a lot of time kind of grinding along the high to low the high 4,000s to low 5,000s as we fill in this area right over here. Yes, I do think that we go low over time, to just to repeat myself, but again, you know, have to take it, you know, one leg at a time, as they say. Anyways, on the daily right over here, again, everyone's talking about the RSI never being lower. Can't go lower, guys. RSI is below 10, bro. Can't go lower. It's like, no. It can certainly go lower. That's exactly what people said right over here. Then they said the same thing right over here, and then they're saying the same thing right over here. Now, what I am looking for is divergence in the RSI on the daily time frame, which we have none, and we actually really won't even have a chance to create any for at least a couple days. It would be. So again, you know, you have to kind of have a more long-term view on this guy. I don't really trust the short-term the short-term time frame oscillators. They're going to lie to you right now, and you know, a lot of people trying to play, you know, bullish divergence on the 4 hour over here. Doesn't fucking matter, man. It doesn't fucking matter. You have to realize that we broke an 11-month consolidation, this whole guy right here, to the downside, and so we're trending once again, and the trend is quite strong. And that's exactly what the RSI is telling you. The RSI can stay fucking low for eternity. It can stay high for eternity as well. Again, you saw it stay high for eternity right over here. Again, don't take my just what I'm saying, you know, verbatim. You can verify this yourself. When the RSI got above, you know, the critical zone over here, people were, you know, all the perma bears, it was the exact same but opposite scenario. You know, all the perma bears were like, can't go higher, bro. Gotta sell it now. It's like, no, you're about to get fucking liquidated like 5 times and lose all your money, because Bitcoin just more than doubled in the span of a couple weeks. So again, be careful. You know, this is a time where I think the true traders kind of like shine outside of, like, you know, just someone who's been fucking investing $1,000 in sorry, I'm just a little bit of a stab at Data Dash, as he had triumphantly invested $1,000 because Bitcoin was too good of a price once it was at 5,800. Well, sorry, Mr. Data Dash, but 58, if you like it at 5,800, you're gonna love it at 4,000, except you probably are out of money right now. Anyways, again, you know, people have different preferences. Please don't, you know, I'm just taking the piss right now, man. Anyways, right here, right now, does look to me like, whoops, let's go over here to GDAX. Does look to me like, you know, as long as we kind of hold above this area right here, I don't think it's not the time to really be like positional bearish. And I think if anything, I am a little bit long right now, not much. I don't think it's a time to like really have a big position either way. As a trader, what I've been kind of saying recently is, hey, we've been talking about this move, right? You know, really for the last 8 months, but we said, you know, hey, once you got this rejection right over here, that was the time to really, you know, time the actual trade. Right around 6,300, which I took, and I think a lot of other people took as well. And, you know, a lot of people making a shit ton of money all the way down over here. That's great. You know, you close your trades. You know, you get to your first target point, you get to your second target point. Beautiful. That's exactly what you want as a trader. You're not going to get the whole move. So, you know, close pretty much all my shorts right there. And then what happens after that? Well, now it's a time to keep your money. I think a lot of people have this notion of trading as like you always have to constantly be doing something at every hour of the day. You know, people are always asking in the Discord, in the general Discord, because in the program Discord, people are really fucking good there. We got some like true professionals there. It's absolutely beautiful. Really good conversations. But what I notice is that people feel that need to always be in a trade, and I felt that too when I first started trading. Absolutely. And one of the biggest steps that I made was from going from intermediate to advanced was understanding, okay, there's not always a trade to be made. And in fact, when you get this move right over here, you don't have to make a fucking next trade, man. You probably made plenty, and I won't put like a dollar number on it. whatever plenty is to you, you probably made plenty off that, because that was, you know, what, like a 20% drop down. I mean, from, you know, from dildo body to dildo body, sorry, 30%. So again, a lot of people messaging me that that they doubled or tripled their accounts. I'm like, holy shit, man, that's pretty nice. Again, right now, your job is to keep it right now. That's what you want to do. I see so many people make a shit ton of money and then give it right back. No, it is your money now. It's your job to fucking keep it. And you don't have to trade right now. This part right here, while I am feeling a little bit of upside, while I do think that it's very likely that we get back to about 5,200-ish area, a little bit above 5,000 over the next couple weeks, you know, it's time to play defensively. And right here, the 4-hour looks a little bit droopy to me. Again, this all goes out the window if we give up 42.50. If we start closing a 4-hour dildo below 42.50, fucking forget it, man. We're probably gonna make a beeline for 3,700 most likely, and then probably have a nice bounce there. But overall, you know, that's trading, right? That's trading. You don't have to be in a trade all the fucking time. Please take that as verification from someone who does this as a living, that you don't need to actually be actively in a trade at all times. In fact, you can sit back and just make a couple trades a year, and I know people who do it like that, and they make plenty of fucking money because they just wait for the most obvious trade and then they put a shit ton of money on it, and that's completely fine. Again, that's not going to be for everyone. You know, I'm quite a bit more active than that myself, but I'm happy to wait here. You know, and when the overall trend's down now, I think that we have a resolution on that. I do believe that it will go lower, but you know, I really want to keep my account safe, or sorry, my account you know, available for the next big move, rather than trying to like scalp, you know, a $50 move somewhere in here. It sounds silly to me when you can really be making, you know, $2,000, $3,000 moves probably in the future. So again, you know, Bitcoin kind of stuttering along this level. I don't like the hesitation here, but we're probably going to have some more with Thanksgiving come today. American markets are closed, so that means GBTC will not be trading, and that means the CMEs will not be trading. So, you know, I know this is a world market, but when you have the CMEs, you know, the most professional venue to actually trade this asset, I do believe that price, that they kind of dictate the pace of the price most recently, especially, you know, when you have shit closing and whatnot. Anyways, go check out CMEs. Where did they close? Around 44.30, it looks like. Yeah, 44.30 close. And they are not trading today, quite obviously. So, you know, really the next, I mean, I would be kind of surprised actually if we did get any major move today. And if we did, it's probably going to get faded tomorrow. Most likely it would be my kind of, would be what you know, in my experience, what I typically see, as markets will be open tomorrow. U.S. markets will be open tomorrow for a half day. But hey, you know, whichever way that it opens in comparison to the close, at 44.30, whether it's above, it's probably going to be a buy on the gap fill. Whether it's, you know, below, it's probably gonna be a sell on the gap fill. And that's kind of how I'd be playing it. Probably not, and I wouldn't be holding it either. I'd just be scalping this area. I don't think that right now is the time to have a huge position. Yes, like I said, I am a little bit long right now, positional-wise. But basically just playing options right now, just kind of letting this position work for me. Again, my theta is at 300 right now. This is my streamer account, by the way, so that's $305 coming in my account every day. Again, if you want to learn how to do options, if you want to learn how to play the bingo board over here and do a very fucked up strangle. I mean, this isn't even a strangle anymore. This is just a fucked up. This is just selling everything, which is just ridiculous. Don't take that as good trading right there. That is not good trading. It's just, I've been working on that position for, you know, the last month or so. But if you want to learn how to do that, the options program is in the description of this video, and it is on 20%. It is 20% off for Black Friday for the rest of the month. And all my programs are on sale. You know, the technical analysis program, the options program, and the Joule indicators program are all on sale for the rest of the month, for 20% off with the code. Let's just do it right over here, literally BF and then 20. So there you go. It's literally the capital B, capital F, and then 20. There you go. So if you're interested in that, definitely go check it out. And that's what and that's there for you. Anyways, okay, so back on over here as I lose my words, as I lose my as I lose my footing. Let's go check out GBTC. GBTC closing the day slightly in the green. This is a 10-minute right here. I'm not too concerned about the 10-minute. I'm concerned about the daily on GBTC. How's he doing over here? Yeah, so GBTC is interesting to me down here because yes, we did make it to our next horizontal right around about $4.70-ish or something like that. Putting in an inverted hammer dildo right here on extremely heavy volume. Now on the lower time frames, it doesn't look as convincing, to be quite honest. It actually, you know, it actually doesn't look as good on the lower time frames at all. But on the daily, it does look like a potential local bottom. It would look like a decent local bottom is what I should say. Overall, though, I need to see it get back above about $5.95 for it to even, look okay. Like have some, some more interest in it, or have some more faith in it. But again, even then, it's actually not until we get back above this area right over here, above $8.05, where I start to be a little bit more optimistic on it. For the medium term, I guess you could say. So right here, right now, that would look like an inverted hammer. Those typically are reversals, but we need to see follow through, and the fact that you didn't really have much of a response yesterday is not good. That's one of the things that's kind of ticking me off about Bitcoin's price action right now. It is hesitating at these levels, which is not the best sign, but there's also, it's what it means to me is that this is unlikely to be the ultimate low of this market cycle. Are we going to go lower from here? I would say probably not. But hey, this is the area that I'm watching again right here, 4250, or you could even say like 4200. If you're looking on BitMEX, it's the different exchanges are going to show different numbers. As long as you're above there, I would make the assumption that this is going to be a local low, and we probably work our way higher into the low 5000s from here. Anyways, let's get on over to SPY. I'm curious what regular markets did yesterday, as regular markets closing, basically unched yesterday. Yes, there was a slight up, and then the close kind of pretty much unchanged. I mean, slightly up, 90 cents, not much. And again, we spoke about how holiday season is typically floaty action. You typically close, either unchanged or a little bit up, almost. I wouldn't say always, but almost always, before a holiday, markets will close up. And if they don't close up, well, then typically you do get some sort of a major panic scenario when they do open back up. But hey, typically the year does close green because people, the headlines want to be good and all that kind of shit. And then the dumping occurs, in January or something like that. Overall, though, hitting our first target right here at around 263.5. Yes, I do have a measured move taking us down to about 260, our prior low right over here. But again, while I am overall bearish on the regular markets, it's going to take a while before you actually get in my opinion, a major break to the downside. I think that we will break to the downside and get down to like these 240 areas and then 220ish area in the SPY. Again, going off of the monthly over here, but it's going to take time. I think that, it probably does bounce, again, somewhere right around here, and just puts in time, whether it's like another couple weeks or whatever it might be. It doesn't really matter to me, but overall, going to make some people sweat. All the bottom shorters have to be, you got not everyone's allowed to win, but major bearish divergence on a monthly time frame. Also with your Stokes over here, rejecting the more critical zone. So to me, does want to come lower, probably back down to about 220ish, to maybe even 210. Over time though, it's going to take a while. If you're just thinking of being a genius and shorting right now, well, I hope that you have either a lot of, it's just not the time. Again, I always kind of use Tony Vase as an example, going back on over here to our Bitcoin chart, as I basically agreed with him, or I guess we'd have good confluence with each other, because I've been bearish ever since this guy right over here around 16,000 or something like that. And I started streaming somewhere right over here where I was, basically saying the same shit. But hey, in my opinion, the time to take the trade to the ultimate to this drop over here wasn't until 6,300-ish area, or 65. Whenever we got this rejection right here, whereas other analysts who were bearish on the market were trying to enter it, right over here, which to me that is just a complete bastardization of opportunity cost, and really shows that, hey, this person, they might be a great analyst, and I would agree with them with their analysis, but as a trader, I would definitely not agree with that sort of thing. That is dead money right there. That is just silly, in my opinion. That is why you make half your fucking income from referrals. Anyways, just kidding. Kind of fucked up. But anyways, okay, so let's go on over to Mr. Buterin over here. Actually, let's go to Finex, as he has more price action history, and we need to kind of go over these time frames right here. So again, Mr. Buterin hitting our measured move on this symmetrical triangle right here pretty damn well. That also makes me think that we probably do have a local low, as things when they do hit their measured move, they at least go sideways for a little bit, and typically do put in at least a little bit of sideways and a little bit of up. I'm not saying that we're reversing back onto all-time highs. I would be very surprised if Mr. Buterin got above 175 anytime soon. I don't think that that's really, I don't think that that's likely to happen anytime soon. When I say anytime soon, like probably a year or something like that. Again, I don't know time analysis, so I don't think it can be done, but just a guess. But hey, overall, again, no bullish divergence on a daily over here. It's just you can't get bullish divergence right now because it's just you're not making new lows. Overall, to me, this is certainly one of the worst charts in Bitcoin land or crypto land. Just overall, a year's worth of distribution in this kind of rounded off top is just so fucking bad. Look at the weekly right here too. I mean, this is nasty. This is extremely nasty, and it's not even capitulation volume just yet. You had more red dildo parties going on down over here. Now you probably are putting in some bullish divergence on a weekly. No, you're not. Wow. Oh, you're so wrecked, Mr. Buteral. You're so fucking wrecked. And yes, I do have Mr. Buteral coming lower, but again, if Bitcoin's going to bounce, Buteral probably bounces as well. If we go down to the lower time frames, it is looking droopy right here to be clear. And again, the same sort of range as 6250 for Mr. Bitcoin would be about 129. We'll call it, yeah, about 129, or maybe it's 130. It's kind of hard to see the numbers right here. Let's actually get rid of this guy and zoom in a little bit. Okay, yeah, so about 129.5. Yeah. If you start closing like a 2-hour dildo below 129.5, then yeah, we're probably gonna head a little bit lower. I mean, sorry, that's not too helpful. Where would we be heading is really the real question. Well, where's the next support is the better question then. If we do lose this area, then the next big support that I see is actually, well, it's actually right over here around 121. This is Finex, by the way. So Finex will, is going to have a little bit of a higher price than something like BitMexico. But, just a few dollars lower. I'm still not too convinced that we just straight up shoot through this area right here. I think that we will go low over time, but right here, right now, not necessarily convinced of that. So let's go over here and check out the longs and shorts of it all. Oh god damn it, I just forgot the indicator that AES sent me, so I'll have to remember that for the stream tonight. But longs over here on Finex getting absolutely fucking liquidated, just red dildo party the whole goddamn day. Getting all the way up to this 33,000 level, this critical level right here. Again, I don't believe that you can make formations on a longs or shorts chart. That's really disingenuous and really misleading when these crypto Twitter analysts do this kind of shit. No, I just have this area marked off as that typically says to me where there is like too many people on the bus syndrome for longs on Finex, and you can actually see that it wicked up there perfectly. And now we have about 27,000 longs. Pretty much everyone getting liquidated from who bought after November 19th. But we still got a lot of people kind of holding on to it. It looks like. So again, there certainly is rocket fuel for more downside. No doubt about that. No doubt about that at all. But the shorts, I think, are a little bit more squeezable right here. They got greedy. They were handling their positions extremely well on the first drop down over here on the 14th, and taking profits right after that. And then they got greedy over here, putting it all back on right at fucking 4,200. So if we actually go down to lower time frames, we can actually see their average price. So yeah, on November 20th at 10 a.m. my time, which would be 10 a.m. my time, November 20th would be right here. So again, a lot of these guys with an average price somewhere around 4,500-ish areas. So they're actually in a little bit of profit right now, or a little bit underwater for some of them, but overall, to me, that says that, hey, it wouldn't take too much to squeeze these guys. Although, we are drooping right now. We are rejecting the 21 exponential movement average right there. So, do we head lower from here? I mean, again, I'm still kind of sticking with my level down here. You could even base back on 4,300-ish area, and it wouldn't be too nasty in my opinion. It's not till you break 4,250 that I start saying, okay, looks like we want to take another sweep of the lows and probably head towards the monthly 55 if we can get it over here on Stamp. Yeah, there we go, the monthly 55 right here, right around a hair below 3,700-ish area, and that's actually where you did kind of bottom in on around in 2014. We're actually heading lower right now. My God, BLX index actually showing a little bit better, getting the ultimate low in 2014 alongside this area. So again, I'm going to go back to Bitstamp and just talk about this guy for one last second. So if Bitcoin were to break this 4,200 area right here, then yeah, I do start looking towards that 3,700 area as a next kind of bounce potential area. We do have a nice horizontal coming around this area, but nothing really else. But it is a very powerful area indeed. So again, I would be looking at there for a nice little bounce. I don't think that we shoot straight down to about 3,000 or 2,500. at least for a little bit of time, man. Probably like, I don't know, maybe like sometime mid to late December, early January. Again, I'm not like married to those time frames, but I would say, if it's going to happen, probably around then. And I do think that is very likely to happen. Again, you'd still have this fresh exponential moving average cross on the weekly time frame right over here. The yellow 21 cross on the downside of the green 55. Again, that was one of our big tells, when we were trying to time this trade. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, blah, 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 blah. But Jesus Christ. But again, everything here is just, this is full bear right here. Your blue 30 simple moving average is extremely aggressively sloped to the downside the whole way through. Below all major, below all these moving averages right here. As a 10, kind of got above price action. That was really the time to say, okay, it's, get fucking ready with your shorts. And once we blast it through this 100 exponential right here, well, you already know the rest of the story. Anyways, 3-day over here, we should be closing one. Oh, nope, not today, but tomorrow. What about the 2-day? 2-day will be closing tonight, I believe. Yes, indeed it is, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, the 2-day does not look like we have any sort of, bottom in place. I mean, the 2-day actually makes me think that we could very easily just kind of drive right through this area. It wouldn't take much. And again, is this capitulation over here? No, not even close. This is nowhere near capitulation volume. Again, remember, I need to see something analogous to this, but this is even much higher than what we did over here because the volume is measured in coins traded rather than dollars traded. So when price action was, about almost 2 times higher right over here, that is significantly more volume in comparison to what we did just the other day. So again, what I'm looking for on capitulation is like a massive move off the lows relatively quickly. Again, Bitcoin gives you, like 10 to 20 minutes to buy the fucking lows, and then it rallies, like 10 to 20%. Some shit like that is what we've seen in the past. Again, going back on over here to 2014 and just seeing a very, 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 very violent capitulation. I mean, from... basically in the span of a day or two, you rallied up about 30%. Let's just go wick to body, wick to wick, about 46% in the span of a couple of days, or like a day and a half, and most of that was done really in a day. So again, have we seen anything like that? Have we seen any reaction like that over here? No, absolutely not. In fact, there's been a massive hesitation down around here. Which is not a good sign. Again, I do think that short term we probably do float up, but long term we're probably going lower. 12-hour over here. 12-hour is giving you some bullish divergence, but you're not seeing that on any higher time frame. You do have just ever so slightly right over here. Maybe we do come back down and put in a third drive, which is pretty damn common. I mean this right here, droopy again. It's these moving averages are catching up with price action rather rapidly, so it's gonna have to make a decision relatively soon. Again, I wouldn't be too confident on a move during Thanksgiving holiday. But hey, it is Bitcoin land, so it is a world market, so fair enough. Okay, so what else do we have to talk about? We covered Ethereum, we covered SPYs. Let's go check out XRP. I'm curious how he's doing right now. XRP versus the dollar is not looking anywhere as good as the Satoshi version. Yeah, you losing the 21 right here. And just straight down after that. So again, you can still make the argument that this is just consolidating right over here. Again, in this range between about 38.5 cents and about 59 cents. But again, it's looking a little bit less and less good. I don't like necessarily what I'm seeing right now. The hesitation again around here is not the best sign in my opinion. If we do give up, but again, until you actually formally break 38 cents, I wouldn't get too damn bearish on this one. Again, one of the better, relatively speaking, one of the better altcoin charts in this market. Not making new lows along with everything else, but still leaves a lot to be desired. It's like you can choose between shit and piss, but you're gonna get your hands fucking dirty either way. So again, keep that in mind. Okay, so let's see. Have we covered everything else? Let's go back on a Bitcoin right over here and just cover up the most important areas to be aware of, and then I'll be back on probably later tonight with the live stream, or maybe not. I don't know. There probably won't be too many people around, as a lot of people celebrating Thanksgiving, probably being with their families, which I know nothing about. But you know what? Let's just cover this guy up right here. So if we actually do want to get super fucking in depth, we could say that yes, we do have a support right over here, right around 4,400. Is that one like a super important support? Not really. We do have this resistance right here, right around 4,600. Is that a super important resistance? Not really, but it is a range. So if you are playing the ranges right now, if you are scalping, hey, fair enough. I don't really think it's not really my favorite time to be scalping right now. if we broke this area right here, 42.50, if we close like an hourly or 2-hour dildo below there, yeah, I would get pretty damn bearish, and I probably would take a position. By the same token, if we can break out above 4,600, don't see anything stopping you from about 47.50. And at that point, I think that you do work your way higher, probably honestly to about 51, 5,200. But that's it's going to take some time, right? It's going to take I don't know, these things can take like weeks. We just had a pretty hefty move to the downside, about $2,000. We hit our measure move, we hit everything, and so typically speaking, when you have a very, 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 very intense price action move like that, things will take their time to kind of like, okay, let's just reset everything, let everyone kind of like figure what the fuck just happened, and then we'll start moving again. So that's gonna do it for this morning's stream. I hope this one finds you well. Again, wishing you a happy Thanksgiving Day or happy Thursday, whichever it might be for you. And I'll be back on probably later, discuss some more price action. Keep your eyes on the big levels, but again, don't forget the market cycle. Don't forget the overall picture of things, as it is now your job to protect all your gains that you made in the last week and a half or so. So I'll see you guys soon, and take care.